finally able to come back to the hut today, and it's autumn, so there's lots of leaves around, and there's lots of leaves all over the ground here. And today I'm going to be putting some flax leaves on the roof, and just like I've planned to do, and lay them on, and then yeah, I might not get that finished today, but I'll make a good start on it, so that's the plan. I also want to have a quick explore of a big cliff behind me, and it's about 100 meters away, so I might go over there and try and find some clay. If there is any, that'll be really good. And then another thing I want to do is go over the river, and I know where there's this place where there's a lot of wood that's come down from the floods, and it's all just piled up against a tree, so if that's all dry, that'll be perfect for making fires. So yeah, I want to go check them both out. So I'm at the top of the cliff behind the hut, and the river just over there, and looking straight down. It's quite a fair way up, but here's the side of the cliff anyway. It seems to just be a lot of stones, and whatever dirt there is, it's extremely sandy. But I'll go down to the base of it and see if I can find any clay anyway. But yeah, look at this view. It's pretty impressive. So we've got quite a strange sort of composition of the materials on the cliff here. At the top is like a white, extremely sandy and brittle rock layer, and it just rubs off basically, and then below that you've got heaps and heaps of moderate sized stones just packed on top of each other, and that goes all the way for quite a while. So yeah, interesting rock layout here. I'll go further down then. As you can see, this cliff doesn't really have anything of use to me. There's no clay in it, and this layer of rocks just goes all the way down, and I don't even know how far down it goes, but it just seems to keep going, and there's no other layer, and there's no layer of clay there. So I'll have to look for somewhere else to get clay. So it's unfortunate that there's no clay there, but I'll have to find some in another place. But right now I'm going over the bridge across the river, and there is a good pile of wood over there, so I'm going to go check it out and then hopefully bring some back. And this is filmed on the GoPro, and I'd just like to notice how clear this water is for some reason. So it's autumn right now, and the water here in the river is extremely clear. I'll show you. So we're literally on the other side of the bridge right now, and across the river, and here we go. All this driftwood has come down the river in floods, and then gotten stuck on the side of the river here, and it's just been sitting here. It's all really large as well, and it's mostly dry. But yeah, all this wood here will be perfect for building fires. If I could cut it up into smaller pieces, I'd be able to put them in a smaller fire, but I'll drag them over in the big pieces anyway. There's such a lot here as well. So now that I've checked out the cliff and the wood over the river, I can now start on the flax. So here we have some really good looking flax, and even just here I'm looking for some really fat leaves like that one, because they would obviously cover a lot more space on the roof and provide better protection against the water. So I'll cut a few of these and I'll bring them back to my hut. So I've cut a good 15 flax leaves, and I'm going to put them on the roof, and I'll prepare them, cut them to size, and then I'll probably start putting them through either the first one or one of the top one, or one of these ones I mean. And yeah, they'll come down about to here or something, like there to there. I don't know, they'll probably come down a little bit further, but I'll show you how I do it now. So I've laid out all that I had on the bottom rung that I'm going to use, and they just about go to the other side, so I might need one or two more on this layer, but then I'll go up and then put more in and then up again, and then I should be finished with it. So here's what it looks like from inside. They just come through between these two sticks here, and then they could come out, like if you pulled them from the other side they would come out, but what I could do is put little pins, like I said, between them all, and then that way when they're pulled they won't be able to get anywhere. And I think I'll put the next layer of these, either 2, maybe 3 sticks along the roof higher, and then I'll layer them all on, and then obviously there'll be another layer on top of that, and then I'll put another couple layers maybe at the top, and then it'll all just come all the way down like that, and yeah, provide a good roof. It's looking like it's going to be pretty water resistant, and then I'll have to do that obviously on both sides. And for the top, very top pieces, I think I'll just try and stick them between this part here, and then yeah, put them both sides, and that should be good. But it's going to take a while to get all the flax and then put it on the roof. Took a while to process it, and obviously here's all the waste product that I'm having. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. I've made a good start on it. I've done a couple of rows there, and I've got maybe 2 more rows to go on there, and then the rest of the other side of the roof. So I think it's going pretty well. I think this is a good option for the roof. It's pretty waterproof as well. As you can see, I've been trying to tip water on it and none of it has really gone through, which is really good. And then I guess after I've done the roof, I'll be able to do the walls with mud. And this is what it looks like inside. So I think I'm just going to leave them here without tying them in properly, and then hopefully I'll come back down next weekend, and then if I'll be able to see how they've held up. I'm not expecting them to get loose or anything, but previously when I've tested out with flax, this is what it does. It becomes extremely dry, I guess, and then it just crinkles up into a big long stick sort of looking thing, and I don't want them to all crinkle up because then I have no roof protection. But we'll see. So they'll be shown in the next video, and that'll be next weekend, I hope. So yeah, it's going pretty well otherwise. I've also cleared the floor of all the leaves just to get a good gauge of how much dirt there is and how much I'll be able to put on the roof, sorry, on the walls. once I get up to that stage, and just to clear the area a bit. And then I've piled it on to this waste here, and that's where I'm going to build the fire. I think maybe next time I might have a fire just to burn this all off and to set out the space so that I can put these stones around it, and then yeah, have the fire spot just there. And there's a few other things that I want to do in next videos, and I've got a few things planned.